Good morning, students. So the next lecture is about the topic double stub matching. Double stub matching. So we have already seen single stub matching. So instead of single stub, we have now two stubs. That's the only difference. But the method changes drastically. So we have a first stub over here and a second stub over here, and they are connected in parallel. So again, as we did in the last lecture for single stub matching, we developed the concept towards the right and we plotted on the Smith chart from right to left. So we'll use the same method here. So normalized impedance is 1 plus J0 corresponding to the characteristic impedance on the Smith chart. And since these are in parallel, we'll have ZL, we'll convert it to YL using VSWR circle and diametrically opposite point. So we'll get this as G plus JB. And let's say this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. Okay, so these are the things we require at the start. So what will we do is we'll start developing from here. So we have 1 plus J0. So we have a stub here. So as seen in single stub matching, a stub only changes the reactive part since it is either an inductor or a capacitor. So let's say this provides an impedance of minus JB2. So what should come here? It should be 1 plus JB2. Why? Because 1 plus JB2 minus JB2 will give again 1 plus J0. Right? So let's say this is point C plus on the left side of the stub and this point C minus on the right side of the stub. So C minus point corresponds to 1 plus JB2. Fine. And now this distance is usually given to us. If it is not given, we assume it to be 3 lambda by 8 or we can assume it to be lambda by 8 also. This is fixed distance. Okay. So this distance is what? 3 lambda by 8 or lambda by 8. So what we do? So G is equal to what here? G plus JB. So 1 is the conductance and susceptibility is B2. Remember I am talking about susceptibility because they are in parallel. So R plus JX is for impedance. For admittance it is G plus JB. So this is called as resistance, this is reactance. When we come to admittance, this is conductance, this is susceptance. So this is conductance is 1. So now this is what a length of the transmission line of let's say 3 lambda by 8. So when you move along this length, what will happen? 1 will change to some G1 and B2 will also change to some say B1. Because transmission line, as we saw in single stub matching and in our transmission lines chapter in electromagnetics, that it changes the resistance as well as the reactance. So in the same way for admittance, it will change the conductance as well as the susceptance. Right? So now what will happen? Again, it will change only reactive part. But the thing is, we don't know this susceptance because we don't know this also. So let's say this is some Jx minus Jx because it is negative. And let's assume this is G1 plus JB prime. Why I am keeping the conductance same? Because stub changes only the reactive part. So again the conductance will remain the same. If you have doubts, this was what 1 plus J0. That is C plus point is 1 plus J0. C minus is 1 plus JB2. So 1 has remained same. The conductance is same. So in the same way I have kept conductance same here. So I want to find this now minus Jx. So what we have done 1 plus JB2 minus JB2 means we have added this 2 to get this. So added these 2 to get this. So G1 plus JB prime minus Jx equal to G1 plus JB1. So G1 will get cancelled. Therefore you will get J times B prime minus B1 equal to Jx. And since we require negative, so we write therefore Jx equal to, I am just taking this minus side outside. So minus J times B1 minus B prime. So what are we getting this as? Minus J times B1 minus B prime. Fine. So this is the way we have to design a double stub. And what is this distance? This distance is L1. And this distance is stub distance is LS1 for first stub and LS2 for second stub. In the same way as C plus and C minus, this is B plus and B minus. So I am stressing these points here because we will plot them on the Smith chart. Okay. So this is the way we design a single stub. So we have generated the concept. Remember, you can't buy a single stub and double stub matching. So make sure you know how to draw these diagrams. If you have not understood, just rewind the video and see again. So we have developed the concept. Now while plotting on the Smith chart, we'll start from right to left. So first what will we do? ZL will be given. So plot ZL bar on Smith chart. Then again draw VSWR circle. Then plot YL bar. How will YL bar be plotted? Diametrically opposite point on the VSWR circle of ZL bar. So we got G plus JB. YL bar is G plus JB. So this is point A. Then move any arbitrary distance, because we have no constraint on this distance. We have constraint only on this distance. So move any arbitrary distance L1 on the Smith chart. In which direction? Clockwise direction, because we are moving away from the load, that is towards generator. So you will encounter G plus JB. Since you are moving on the transmission line, it will change to G1 plus JB prime. So you have encountered the point B minus. So from A you have come to B minus. Next what you will do? Now you have to go to B plus. For that you have to understand the difference between the point C minus and B plus. What is the conductance at C minus? 1. What is the conductance at G1? B plus. Means the conductance of 1 is getting converted to G1. Means what is happening? The entire G equal to 1 circle, I can say, is rotated such that the conductance becomes G1. So we have to draw a rotated G equal to 1 circle. Okay. So how to draw that rotated G equal to 1 circle, that we will see. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to plot B minus. After that, draw the rotated G equal to 1 circle corresponding to a distance 3 lambda by 8 or lambda by 8. So how much it refers to? Electrical length is beta L. Now in antennas we have seen length is already always given as some lambda, 0.1 lambda, 0.2 lambda for an antenna. This length is called as electrical length of the antenna. So electrical length for a transmission line is given by beta L. So beta L is equal to 2 pi by lambda into what is the length we are taking? Let's say lambda by 8. So into lambda by 8. So what you get? Lambda gets cancelled. Right, and pi is 180 degrees. So 2 into 180 degree upon 8. So 2 into 180 upon 8 is 360 upon 8. So it is 45 degree. So it is 45 degree. Now the electrical length on a transmission line is not beta L, it is 2 beta L, so it will become 90 degree. So you have to rotate it by 90 degree. And in which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. So that we'll see while plotting on the Smith chart. So from B minus we have got B plus. How will we plot? We'll move on the constant conductance circle. Why will we move on constant conductance circle? Because G1 is remaining as G1. So we'll move on constant conductance circle. Here we were moving on VSWR circle. Why? Because the impedance itself was changing. Here the entire impedance is not changing, but only the conductance is changing. So we'll move on the constant conductance circle so that we encounter this rotated circle. You might not understand what I am saying, but we'll understand when we see the Smith chart. So then once you have got B plus, move a distance lambda by 8 or 3 lambda by 8 which is given, and then you will come at C minus. Now C minus is automatically you will come on the G equal to 1 circle. If you are not coming on G equal to 1 circle, means you have done something wrong. A bit haywire is fine, but you should be somewhere near the G equal to 1 circle. So from that you will get JB2. So negative of that will be the reactance of the stub. From that you can find the length. Similarly, you have got B1 and B prime now. So from this you can find the length of the first stub also. So this is the way we have to solve. So let's start doing on the Smith chart. So for that, let's use this sum. So design a double stub shunt tuner to match a load impedance ZL equal to 60 minus J80 ohms to a 50 ohms line. So what will be ZL by Z0? Therefore ZL bar equal to 60 minus 80I divided by 50. So 1.2 minus J 1.6. Remember, no unit because we have divided impedance. So ZL bar is 1.2 minus J 1.6. The stubs are to be open circuited. Remember, they are open circuit stubs and spaced lambda by 8 apart. So I said this distance can be either lambda by 8 or 3 lambda by 8. So it is given as lambda by 8. If this is not given, you can assume it to be lambda by 8 or 3 lambda by 8. So assume match frequency is 2 gigahertz. So let's start plotting on the Smith chart. This is the Smith chart. What is ZL bar? 1.2 minus J 1.6. So 1.2 is this, minus J 1.6 is here. So this is my point. So what is this? ZL bar, I will not write ZL bar, I will write point A. Actually not A, because A we are taking as YL bar. So this is what ZL bar. Next step is what? To draw the VSWR circle. So I'm not drawing this VSWR circle with sketch pen purposely because there will be many circles which you have to draw. So then diametrically opposite point through the center of Smith chart. So this is the point. So this is YL bar, which is our point A. Now before this, what you can do is you can plot the rotated G equal to 1 circle. Why we require that? Because of this. So here what we have, rotated G equal to 1 circle. How it comes again? Because of this, G equal to 1 is getting transformed to what? G1. So it is getting transformed to G1. How? By a distance of lambda by 8. So distance of lambda by 8 corresponds to an electrical length of 90 degree. So 90 degree we have to rotate. So which is the G equal to 1 circle? This is our R equal to 1, right? R equal to 1 everyone knows. So it is nothing but G equal to 1, because 1 by R will be 1 by 1, which is 1 only. So this is nothing but G equal to 1. We have to rotate it by 90 degree. So plus 90 means anti-clockwise. So it should come here. So how to draw that? If you remember, you have done perpendicular bisector method in geometry. So that's what you have to use here. So take a distance more than half of the radius of the G equal to 1 circle, plot it here and plot it on this side. Okay. Before that, draw a perpendicular line passing through the center of Smith chart. Then take the other extreme point from that perpendicular line and cut the arcs. So we have got two arcs intersecting to make a point. So just join them. So now you have got a center point, which is the center of the circle. So now this will be your rotated G equal to 1 circle. So take this with the center of Smith chart as your radius and draw a circle. So it should automatically fit in the upper part of the Smith chart. If it is not fitting, means you have done something wrong. So make sure you draw it correctly, else your answers will come out to be wrong. Okay, so I'll draw this with pen. So I'll use a blue pen to draw all the circles. So this is my rotated G equal to 1 circle. Rotated G equal to 1 circle. Okay. So now what I have to do? So refer this diagram. You don't have to buy it. So from A I have to go where? B minus. So what I said, it should be arbitrary length. So we can assume it to be 0 lambda also. That is L1 is 0. So means our point A itself is point B minus. So I'll write this as B minus comma A. This point, remember. Okay. So now what we have to do? From B minus we have to go to B plus. So how will we go? We have to move such that G1 remains same. that is the conductance remains same, only the reactance changes, right? So how to do that? So I'm using a red pen for that. So now if you observe, this reactance is 0.4 and conductance is exactly 0.3. So this is along the 0.3 circle. So you have to move along the 0.3 circle. So if I move along 0.3 circle, will the conductance change? No. So just move along the 0.3 circle. So you have intersected this point. Why you have to stop at this point? Because this is rotated g equal to 1 circle. You are in this circle now, in between this region. So you have to stop here. So mark that point. So this is which point? B plus. Fine. So we have come till B plus. Next, what we have to do from B plus, we have to go to C minus. So how much distance we have to go? Lambda by 8 or 3 lambda by 8. In this case, lambda by 8 because it is given in the question. Right? So lambda by 8 is how much? 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is 0.125. So go a distance 0.125 from this point. Means what we have to do? This is the center. This is 0.168 something. 0.168. You have to go how much from here? 0.125. So you have to reach at 0.294. Sorry, 0.293. So from here 0.293. Fine. So you have to move, and you have to move on which circle? Since you are moving along the transmission line, you have to move on constant VSWR circle. I forgot to draw that circle. So first draw that circle. So with the center as Smith chart again, and B plus point as the radius, draw a circle. See, now my drawings won't be that accurate because I am using a sketch pen, which is very thick. But your diagram should be accurate because you will be using a pencil. So when I draw with sketch pen, it becomes thick. So I am not sure whether I am getting the correct point. So this is my VSWR circle. I'll draw it with pen, blue pen. So this is which circle? Constant VSWR circle. I'm purposely writing this for your reference. So from here what you have to do, and in which direction we went? So I'll draw that with green pen. How we have started plotting. We have started from here. So this direction we went, then this direction. Now how are we going? From here we are moving along the VSWR circle. Why are we moving clockwise? Because we are moving away from the load, that is towards generator. So now we are going in this direction. So where we have to stop at 0.293 lambda. So I have already drawn this 0.293 lambda line. And it is coming exactly at g equal to 1. See what you can do, you can be smart in the exam. You know that from B plus you are going to C minus. See, this is point C minus, read. This is C minus. You know at C minus you should have 1. G as 1. Means you have to come and stop on the G equal to 1 circle. So directly come to the G equal to 1 circle. First check whether you are getting it approximately. Then you come to the G equal to 1 circle directly. This way you can do it. So C minus we have encountered, right? Then, so this was the last step which you have to do. With regards to plotting. So you have got C minus at G equal to 1 means your plotting is correct. So I have done it correctly. So next what we have to do? We have to find L1, LS1 and LS2. Right? So L1 we have already assumed that A and B minus are same. So L1 is 0 lambda. Means we have to draw the load as it is over here. This distance is 0. So this will come directly here. So let's find LS2 first because it is simple. Minus JB2. So LS2 is for which point? Point C. So it corresponds to C minus and C plus. So C minus is this. So this reactance is J 3.3. So I'm getting this reactance as minus J 3.3. So what we have to do? Negative of this. So minus of minus J 3.3 will give J 3.3. So plus J 3.3. So 3.3 is somewhere here. So from here till here, I'll draw a line with red pen. Right, and these are which type of stubs? Open circuited stubs, right? And we are in admittance Smith chart. Again, what we have done, we have found this C minus reactance as what? Minus J 3.3. So if someone has not understood, this was what 1 plus JB2, but we have got it as 1 minus J 3.3. So this will be negative of that. So plus J 3.3, minus of minus is plus. So plus J 3.3 I have plotted here, draw a line, and these are which stub? Open circuit stub. And again we are in admittance Smith chart. So this is open circuit, remember, and this is short circuit. So what I have told, consider open circuit as load. So you are moving away from load, from the open circuit, that is towards generator. So you have to go in clockwise direction. So you will go like this. So this distance is, it is 0.203. Sorry, 0.204. So 0.204 lambda. So this is which distance? LS2. So L1 we have taken as 0 lambda. LS1 we have to find out. LS2 is 0.204 lambda. Fine. So LS1 is, what is LS1 now? Minus J times B1 minus B prime. So what is B1? B1 is B plus point. B prime is B minus prime. So we have to take the difference of 2. So B1 is this. Right? So B1 is around 1.7. So 1.7 for B1, and B prime is 0.4. So you have to do what? Minus J times B1 minus B prime. So what will get? Minus J 1.3, right? So minus J 1.3. So where is minus J 1.3? So the negative of that will be J 1.3. So 1.3 is here. So again draw a line. I'll extend it further. And again open circuit stub. So this is the distance. So it is around 0.145. So 0.145 lambda. So this is what? LS1. So we are done with the sum. Only thing is remaining to draw the final network. This is our ZL bar. If you want to write it as YL bar, then stub, how will you have to draw? This is what? 1 plus J0. So stub, better you draw it this way, so that it is easy to show. This distance is what? LS1, 0.146 lambda. Sorry, I have drawn it wrong, because this distance is what? 0 lambda. Right? So I'll draw it again. So this is what? This is 1 plus J0. This is ZL bar. And from here itself we are having the first stub with a distance 0.146 lambda. Then we have a second stub with a distance 0.204 lambda. And this distance is how much? Lambda by 8. Right? And they are open circuit stubs. If this was short circuit, we would have drawn a straight line. And the characteristic impedance is 50 ohms. So you can show that. Okay. So this is your final answer. Don't forget to draw this, else you will lose at least 1 mark or maybe 2 marks. Okay. So again, if you have not understood, just rewind it. And mostly I'll take one more sum based on the single double stub matching to avoid any confusions. So make sure you rewind the video if you have any doubts. Thank you.